it's just time to finish this rhyme. For the wave to finally hit shore, for the mountain to finally come down to its knees. Maybe we've been waiting for salvation.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Hey girls, it's me. Well, I'm celibate, so.
Nah, you're so foolish.
What? What? Oh, what's that on screen?
Oh my God, I nailed you. Oh.
What, kid? Men who fake being celibate often do so. You son of a. I hate you all. Oh, I used the H word. Damn it.
Oh, with the burpees.
Oh, God, I'm confused. Oh, what's going on? Oh, my God, my head is spinning right now. Get that off the screen. What? It says, to do so to manipulate, gaining trust, falsely present. Hey, we're going to be real here, kid. Present themselves as healed or emotionally mature to potential partner. Fake it till you make it. Oh, the corporate mentality. Oh, my God. Hey, fake it till you make it. Right, girls? Boys? Yeah. That definitely describes those two. We'll get to you in a second before we get back to the game. I just thought about something. This is bullshit. I mean, we're trying not to get in the way of the message. And, I'm kind of cool. Listen, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to have a girl one day. Again. But it's been 4 years, and I'm cool. I feel great, and there's nothing getting in the way of my energy. Right, Tesla? No, kid. What a comparison, Tesla. Please, don't equate. No, stop it.
Oh, listen, kid. There's nothing wrong with celibacy unless you're gay.
Are you gay? No, I'm not gay. Okay.
And even if you weren't and you were fake celibate, fine. But to quote Han Solo,
oh, kid. Or ad lady.
Eventually, women always find out. Go on. What were you saying with your thing?
Well, these two, they're good looking. They're gorgeous, I would say.
Well,
are you sure you're not gay? Hey, what's going on here? MAGA guy, go over there, please. I'm a modern Renaissance man. I could say when a man is good looking. Oh, can you? I don't think so. Just because you can't do that doesn't mean I can. I don't think any guy can.
Oh, I seriously doubt that, MAGA guy.
I'm going to go over there.
Yeah, I think he's in denial.
You think he's gay?
No, not at all. He's
Oh, please don't go there.
He's very manly. Down there. Oh, my God.
Holy shit. I'll drink to that. What?
I mean, good looking. Gorgeous. Good looking. I mean, they're both stunning, are they not?
They are. I mean, if I was gay, yeah, he'd probably be my type. I'm not gay, so I could say that. I've been alongside many Pete Hegseths in my banking career. Real quick before we go back in the game. Are we gonna delay the fucking game more? Hey, trust me, it's worth it. 303 in. Good looking guy, energy girl, or woman, how dare I? Sorry, my lady. But both of them are conflicted. Both of them are very religious and love to put religion first. But I don't think, and I could say something, don't do it. I could say something very...
Well, what are you going to say?
You know nothing of my work.
Oh, kid. Oh, my God. Equate much?
No. I'll leave you aside, kid. I really do appreciate you. I could see it in your eyes. You're trying really hard, but you both want to impress people way too much. Right, girl? You, on the other hand, I can understand why she don't like you. I'm not sure about you either, but that's a whole other thing. Did I try to score fake points with Caroline Levitt? Maybe not. But the thing that both of these have in common, it's why they're up here real quick, and I talked about this guy in the other pot, and let me bring her into this. Both of you are going to have to atone for your sins because if you truly are religious, is one thing. But if you truly practice a faith, that's another. Just because you wear the cross doesn't mean you know the cross. I leave that there. Don't you dare think ... And, I'm not the light, trust me. But someone is shining a light through me to get you a message. You better both fucking shape up. One day, you're going to have to atone for this. And you both know what you're doing. Or do you not know what you do? Why don't you open that book and read it one more time? I don't think you get it. And unfortunately, there's another guy that doesn't get it. He doesn't care, but y'all do. Eventually, you're going to have to atone for that.
Can we lighten this up real quick?
Go ahead.
You don't think she's gorgeous?
I totally do, but she's not my type. She used to be, way back when.
Well, what's your type?
I don't have a type.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, kid, bullshit. What do you mean we don't have a type? Oh, God, that's why.
What? Oh, I didn't do that. Right. Oops. Let me get back in character. What do you mean you don't have a type? Listen, kids. Boys. Every man has a type. Be wary, right, Jeffrey Epstein, of a man who says he doesn't have a type. Everyone knows. Everyone wants to know. And once Jeffrey found out what your type was, well, the girls were typecast for you to lure you in. But every man does have a type, okay? Because when the body wants something or needs something, or dare I say it, it craves something, it's because it needs it. And just like food, it's whether you give it what it needs or you go another direction. If your body needs blueberries and pistachios, whatever the fuck you eat, but you give it a burger, your body gets food, but it doesn't get what it needs. And one day, if you could give it exactly what it needs, that leads to serenity. The S word, right, kids? Or the other S word. Choose wisely.
Oh, God, she's spewing truth. Yes, she is. Keep going, my lady.
And essentially, you learned the lesson yourself, didn't you?
Oh, boy. I thought I was schooling.
Oh, you're about to get schooled. Listen up, everybody. 626 in. Every guy has a type. It's just whether or not he gets in the way of that love and flows with it like a catalyst or puts up impediments. In other words, gets blinded by the light. Oh, how she looks. Oh, what the job she has, her smile, and well, other things. Wink, wink. And it doesn't take a secret to be passed before corny. Oh. In other words, she's going to know, whoever she may be. Your type is out there. It's whether or not you're doing enough to let it come to you. And once you do, that's serenity, kids. Every man's got a type. Because a man that doesn't have a type is like a pig. Women become slop. And he'll just eat up anything, right, Jeffrey Epstein? He'll take it all. As long as it's got a heartbeat. Or a pulse. And when it doesn't, well, you'll take care of the rest, right? Oh, kid. Oh, ad lady. So my friend, you might not think she's your type, and she doesn't think you're her type, trust me. But I'll say this. Eventually, I have foreseen it, someone will come calling, and it's going to be exactly what you need. It's whether or not you turn towards that light or not. Eventually, the tables will be turned, kid. Will you see the light or turn the other way? Because he, pointing upward, has a message to get through you. What happens when it gets to, well, her? Are you going to deny her or not?
Okay. Go on, kid.
I think I've said enough. Go back and do your thing. We good? By the way, be careful of anybody. A drinker who looks good, who speaks and says what everyone wants to hear or needs to hear, but then has to reconcile that with a little bottle afterwards because the resonance inside him is conflicted and he doesn't know any other way to stop it from impacting him. In other words, he drowns it somehow. I wonder how she's drowning her conflict, because if she's not feeling conflict, my friends, then maybe she isn't practicing a faith, and maybe she's just practicing fake. I don't know. His eyes seem genuine. I'm not too sure about hers anymore. Not saying, just saying. Bye.
Wow, what a truth bomb, huh? Yeah, let me get this off the screen before we get into more trouble. Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, come with me if you want to live. Or love.
Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, kid. See ya, sexy people. Okay, let's get back to this. Mission accomplished. What can go wrong? Who knows? Can we get rid of this shit? Thanks, kid, for undercutting me. Like fucking Trump on Pete Hegseth. Fuck. Hey, we'll throw ourselves under the bus if we have to. The message is the message. Listen, truth is a truth, whether we say it on ourselves or not. I might as well say it. Okay, can we move on? Thanks. All right, a full 9 minutes and almost 10 minutes in. Let's go. When we last left our hero, well, I still can't. Well, can we delete that? No. We got to stick with it. Keep going. Tehran Hold'em round 2. Okay, dealer speaking. So we chose option B. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, go to the last episode, 1010. What? The time. And go and see what option B. We chose option B. Basically what we're going to do, limited strikes, economic strangulation, some cyber attacks, naval blockade enforcement. I mean, A was like, I believe, was the massive campaign and all that stuff and blah, blah, blah. And C was like decapitation play. We went with B. So let's see what happens. You ready? All right, Mr. President, you played option B, the slow squeeze, a cautious but strategic bet. You're like, but Trump already didn't do that, so you're already kind of not playing the Trump role. Again, I don't have someone in my ear right now. Again, this might make you feel better about this whole process, because this would be if I'm doing it on my own accord without anybody chirping in my ear and forcing me my hand. Not saying, just saying, this is fake. Wink, wink. I chose B. It makes more sense because there's no need. If I have the power, why would I go all in? Why would I go for the kill shot? I want to see what's going on. The only people that go for the kill shot right away are the only ones that only have one shot. They think they're David. If we're Goliath, I'm going to see how this plays out. David had one shot. We're not David. Why would I play the other one? Right? Because that option is not real. Get it? The smart play is B. And if Trump was thinking on his own accord, I truly believe he would go with B. How do I know that? Trust me. Believe it or not. Not flashy, not cinematic, but historically, this is how superpowers usually play when they want regime change without triggering a global war. Because even though it's my second term, folks, wink, wink, and I'm immune to being voted out of office, those bitches ain't impeaching me. But at the end of the day, unless I'm being pressured into something, I'm pretty sensitive to the global conflict and all this shit. And I know what America First is, even if I'm trying to switch it 1221 in and try to flip around what it really means. Oh, that was clever. Is it? Now look it up. What's the code? I would go with B. Makes more sense. Because he didn't go with B doesn't mean that there was someone in his ear. But I'm going to say that there was someone in his ear. Because even Trump knows B was the way to go. I'll leave that there. Your chip stack stays conservative, but the table is about to react. Round 2, the turn. Your orders executed. Within 48 hours of your decision, Cyber Command launches coordinated attacks on the banking network of Iran, electricity grid nodes, IRGC logistics systems. We could go in there and pound the shit out of them. But like a bully in a schoolyard. How is that going to look to the world? I kind of want to keep a little bit of a lower profile than that. I don't need to go guns blazing with epic fury, which, by the way, sounds more like a fucking 90s energy drink or early 2000s than anything else. Who uses the word epic? That right there tells me all I need to know. Epic fury. That's nonsense. I mean, 1331 in. Is this Terminator 2 all over again? That's something from the 90s. That's what I would have expected the first Iraq war to be called. Epic fury. With like lime green and pink. Oh, kid. It's nonsense. Who uses that terminology? It's fucking stupid. So to me, the marketing is fucked up. Compliance is confused. Well, compliance is never confused. They know exactly what we should do. It would have been none of those options. Stay away. But hey, boys will be boys. Marketing could package B very easily. Hey, the intelligence tells me there's a threat. I'm going to send a message. I'm not going to fucking knock him over the face with fucking brass knuckles right away, but I'm going to send a fucking message that'll make me look strong. I could spin that in the media. All of our allies will be like, whoa, and our adversaries will be put on watch. I didn't decapitate them. Who needs to do that? We do it slowly and efficiently. But they didn't do that. I wonder why. Again, just saying. Not saying, just saying. All right, where are we? U.S. Navy announces expanded maritime security options in the Gulf. Again, the oil, right? Because what happened with the decapitation? Oil, I mean, they closed the Strait of Hormuz. I don't think the United States, they probably knew that was an option because it was presented to me here. I think hubris got in the way, or someone else skewed reality and made it not real. Wink, wink. Oh, kid. Yeah, let that energy out. Reality, it's a soft naval blockade. Israel pauses major strikes. Good luck with that. That's if we had control over them. But, ... apparently not. Leave that there. But keeps covert sabotage operations active. Meanwhile, here goes. CIA quietly begins supporting internal Iranian opposition networks. In other words, we're going to arm the Kurds, have them do our dirty work. You don't, Mr. President, once you get boots on the ground, this cannot be covered up as an offensive. It becomes a war. Congress then ... the media ... our allies ... then they strike back, and now it's a NATO thing. I mean, we don't want this. Be careful. Choose wisely. We choose B. The United States seeks stability in the region, but will defend its interests. Markets calm slightly. Oil drops a little bit. So far, so good. But now the table responds. We threw our chips on the table. Now what? Global reactions. The regime is angry but cautious. They respond asymmetrically. Hezbollah launches limited rocket attacks on northern Israel. Most of it gets, swooped up by the Iron Dome. And whatever makes its way through, they make sure the media can't see much of that. Wink, wink. Their people will get over it. Houthis attacked 2 commercial ships in the Red Sea. Remember these guys? My friends, why do you think we were attacking Houthis before? We were sending a message. We control this strait. I ask you a question. Sunday, March 8th, 11:45 a.m. Do we still control that strait? Or is this straight out of the book? In other words, we went against what we should have done, and now the consequences are piling up. I leave that there. Iranian cyber units hit, I'm not explaining, I'm just saying. They hit 2 U.S. regional banks with cyber attacks. Do we really care about the banks? Yeah. Wait till I respond to this. You're going to see. Even I get into full character. But and even ChatGPT, I get into full character of Trump. I'm just saying. Even ChatGPT gets offended. I'll be honest with you. This is going to be funny-ish. But they do not close the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, why? Because doing so would trigger U.S. full war escalation. In other words, that would give us a reason. Now do you see it? We wait till they respond. That's how a chess master would do it. I want to see their response before we go all out and do something that can't be undone. But we didn't do that. So they bluff. But they don't shove all in. Russia. Putin sees opportunity. Russia announces expansion of military operations in Ukraine to secure long-term stability. I'll address that in a second. Translation. Russia launches a new offensive in eastern Ukraine, but it's not massive. They're probing to see how distracted NATO is. By the way, in real life, NATO is confused. They're not distracted. They don't know which way to look. It's kind of like the Spider-Man meme. They're all pointing at each other. Who's doing it? Which one of us is supposed to help? That's weak, is it? China remains quiet publicly, but satellites detect something interesting. The PLA has moved 2 amphibious assault groups into training positions near Taiwan. Not invasion, but practice for one. Beijing's calculation. If the U.S. becomes bogged down in Iran, the Pacific balance changes. Let me say something real quick. My cheat code, who the fuck am I? Who cares? I care, but whatever. Thank you for listening. The timetable, unless something dramatically changes with Iran, I believe it's 2027 that Beijing will absolutely strike Taiwan. Because the very fact that we attacked Iran, and they know we're going to need to ramp up drones, and we're blowing through missiles and all the stuff. They know the value of the chips on that island. That island became exponentially more valuable to them. But it's tough. It's a lot harder, believe it or not, to attack an island like that. A big one. It's bigger than you think, right? It's not Greenland, but it's bigger than attacking Iran. Why? Because at the end of the day, everyone's going to be watching, number one. Number two, they've been waiting for this forever. They're practicing. They're a lot more fortified and more consolidated. In other words, unless we're going to bomb the absolute living shit out of the island and destroy why we want the island. We're going to have to be very tactical with that. And the best way to do that is boots on the ground. It's difficult to get, how do I know this, folks? Because I do. It's difficult to get the ships onto the fortified beaches. So China's building technology right now to either figure out a way to get on those beaches, or better yet, a drone swarm that can do the work for them before they can get on those beaches. They are recalculating their ability to go on the island. They thought boots on the ground will do it. Now they're thinking, wait, we saw what happened with Russia. We're seeing what's happening with Iran. We need to rethink this. We can do this differently. Maybe this could be like a video game and we can send the drones and But while we're doing that, we're building these special ships that could land on the shores of Taiwan, go deep enough where it somehow could come their boats can only get so far into the shore to get the troops on there, kind of like a D-Day scenario. But these new boat things, their combination, they could go right up to the sand, kind of cling to the sand and be stable, and then link 2 subsequent boats behind it to the actual ships, and then make one big bridge, a temporary bridge, to get everyone on land. And it takes time to build. They're building that right now. There's been evidence of that. That takes time. Until they get that ready, or until they figure out the drone swarm and a different way of doing it, they're not going to do it. They're not that stupid. Plus, what's going on in the world, they got to wait for the right time. 2026 is not that time. A weakened America, a weakened Russia, a fucked up economy also impacts them, by the way, the economy. But they're going to wait for us. In other words, they're still at the table. They want to see how this plays out. If this goes longer than it should, and there's a high probability it will. Again, there's a high probability it will. China benefits from waiting until next year. That's just my take. A long way of saying they ain't doing shit. So this whole thing, I'm eliminating that from it. You'll see what I mean. If the U.S. becomes bogged down in Iran, which they will, Pacific balance changes. We have all the power. And unlike the Americans, we're going to do it by the book, because we've learned the hard way when we don't. And we're watching them learn the hard way. ... Global economy. Markets wobble but stable. Oil stabilizes at around $107. Still a lot, kids. Midterms are coming. If Trump doesn't get this taken care of by May, oh boy, this may be a problem. Corny or true. It may be a big problem. And then if May comes, or June, and we're still in Iran, you're going to see that on television everywhere. The Democrats are going to be marketing the shit out of that going into midterms. America first, folks. Look what he's doing. And you want us to vote this to stop this? Put us in office. We'll do it. Because the Republicans aren't doing it. We already had a vote. They said no. See? What better way to promote your side when the other side is giving you the fucking cheat code for your political ads? Unless he gets it done in March or April. It gets into May and June. Democrats like Schumer are going to be fucking drooling. Well, because he's old, but kid. They're going to be drooling at the mouth. They secretly don't want this to happen, but they secretly do. Sorry to say it. Truth is the truth. You think they're any less slimy than the guys on the other side? It's just a fight for power. Whoever takes the wheel. Doesn't mean we're going to pull the car off the road to destruction. It's just a different driver. I'll leave that there. Arguing about the drivers to our destruction. Whatever. Works on levels. The world economy remains fragile but functional. Shipping insurers warn that the Red Sea trade is becoming unstable. At some point in time, listen, my friends, you want to know the truth about insurance companies? Let me ask you a question. This is very important. When's the last time you heard of an insurance company going down? I'll wait. Go back as far as you want. Have you ever heard of the term too big to fail for an insurance company? No. Why? Because that's left for banks, right? Insurance companies are smart. They're dollar for dollar capitalization. They know they're fiscally sound, financially sound, and they get all the data to make very calculated, strong decisions. They're not fully risk averse. You can't in this world. But when they engage in a risk, they know it fully. They know all the probabilities. They never fail because they never get themselves into trouble, right, Chase? Insurance companies know how to insure the game. If you're the one that's going to clean up the mess that they make, you let them take the risk. You take the game. Corny, but insurers know. And when they become antsy about the Red Sea or the Strait of Hormuz, that tells you something. They see something coming. They're forecasting. Right, Gary Brecka, who used to be, who's that? Yeah, a guy we love. Talks about insurance companies trying to assess people's longevity and their health. They could literally almost to the T predict when you're going to die based on enough data and whether or not to insure you and how to price it. It's scary. Insurance companies are like casinos of life. They always have the upper hand. They never lose unless they do something stupid. Again, when's the last time you saw an insurance company do something stupid? State Farm, Allstate, would you like to chime in? You know better, right? Too bad they don't know better. But because they don't know better, say it with me, you're always going to be in business. That's how the insurance game works. I just schooled anyone that doesn't know. From a former banker, game recognizes game. Well done. You talk about a compliance department. Even our compliance department is giving me the thumbs up. Yeah, insurance companies know how. That's a place where compliance, marketing, and advertising all are on the same page. That's a great company. I'm telling you. Which one? All of them. Even the little general that people make fun of that runs around in a car, a cartoon general with the duck, even they know their shit. Trust me. But it's indicative of what's going on. When you start seeing insurance rates go up, there's bad things on the horizon. But the banks were always going to capitalize war or fund war. That's how you make the money. Intelligence update. Your Intel chief hey, we're good? We can move on? Yeah, please move on. Your Intel chief slides a folder across the table. 3 key developments inside Iran. Major protest. Who cares? Commanders arguing internally about strategy. Good. Decapitate each other. Iranian currency collapsing. Was it ever strong? Who gives a shit? Good. It's happening. Good stuff. The regime is under serious pressure. But pressure can cause collapse or radicalization. Just because the leadership collapses, it doesn't mean what replaces it is going to be any better. That's why we need to get in there. But again, folks, do you want to manage a business? If your main business is just outside your house or in your house, do you want to manage a business from 3,000 miles away? Or have your little small friend do it? When everyone in that country wants to kill your small friend, even the people that want to kill their own leaders or want them to go, I don't want to say that. In other words, if you do what you say you're going to do, you're going to have to manage it from afar. Your little friend's not going to be able to do that because everyone around there's going to be like, no, we're not going to. Bad analogy in 3, 2, 1. If new ownership, you better be careful who you claim is under the new ownership. Because that little friend of yours, nobody trusts that business, what they're engaged in. And again, I mean the leadership, not the people. Remember, don't go there because I'm not going there. I'll go there. You are anti-hero? Thanks. I will get you one day. You have to hear about me one day, kid. And when you do, it might be too late. Damage will already be done. We move on. Wildcard event. A surprise development hits the board. AI drone breakthrough. Ukraine successfully deploys fully autonomous drone swarms in combat against Russian armor. Okay, good. Good for them. Let's learn. Let's see how it goes. Footage goes viral. This actually kind of happened. Military analysts worldwide realize the nature of the warfare has changed. Shit. You're telling me it's not about super expensive billion-dollar bombers? And all these fucking radars that Iran is slowly destroying, $1 billion at a time, these ground radar systems that shoot the interceptor missiles? Oh, fuck. That are just sitting there like sitting ducks? All that, the trillions of dollars we've spent in our military, all that fancy shit, that's not the way to go? That's like when you spend all the money on the fancy clothing and the fucking watches. Oh, this is a bad analogy. It is. And all the shit. And then it's like, the fashion of the day becomes grunge. Becomes go and raid your dad's oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah, right. From the 80s. The frick the 80s to the 90s fashion went from being all expensive like clothing and stuff to, oh my God, that's not a bad analogy. It's not. All of a sudden you're like, shit, I got to go into my parents' closet and get to be cool. I got to rip jeans and fucking cheap flannels and shit. I could get the fucking Goodwill. But then I'll end up buying at the Gap for overpriced because that, they capitalize on it when it's too late. And I realize that now I'm just a poser trying to chase a fucking trend. 90s commentary or truth? I'll leave that there.
Oh my God, that was so accurate. I'll second that.
I don't get it. Yeah, because flannels are always cool. Whatever. And by the way, I'll admit this, and y'all probably, y'all will never know the difference here. But in between what you just heard and now is I had to take like a fucking full day break because you probably heard it in the background. Someone came in, interrupted kind of the recording. And I was like, I don't feel like finishing this right now. So I'm doing it again. It was just 4:44 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, it's the morning again. Hey, whatever. Hi, hello. Yeah, we do this in the morning. It seems there's something about the morning that early morning where I just feel aligned with the energies. That's life. So where did we leave off? Oh, by the way, real quick, the world and the Lord and universe works in mysterious ways. So in between me recording this, I'll get back to this in a second, the drone thing. If y'all want to know about, I guess, controlling a narrative and fake news, right, Fox? Real quick, again, not saying just saying. Remember that hat thing? Hopefully you can see it on your screen. This is a dignified transfer you're watching on your screen. This is not the dignified transfer where I talked about our POTUS wearing the hat, because as you see, the hat's missing. Why does this matter? Because he was wearing a fucking fake ass white Bucky's hat, right? Fox News. And what did they do? Well, tell him, MAGA guy. Oh, I never saw the hat. You never saw the hat. He never had it on. Yes, he did. Well, the video says...
No, kid, you fell for it. They played an old video. It's typical advertising bullshit, or shall I say marketing?
Well, I'm in marketing. We don't do that.
Nah, you're not smart enough to do that. That's an advertising technique. You do that frick, and then, just a little switcheroo. It's kind of like what the burger looks like, and then what the burger looks like, what it is, and then what it is, and they kind of, they're not showing it like what it is. So I don't want to take up any more time, but good catch, boys. Fox News is already trying to control a narrative here. I wonder why.
I don't get it.
Shall I say it?
No, it's I'll say it. Kid, you don't get it because that's exactly what they don't want you to get it. I'm gonna go watch more Fox News.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go watch more Fox News, and then I'll show you what they're talking about, kid. All right.
Okay. Oh, shall I say it? No, I'll say it. 33, and thanks, Fox News. Go fuck yourself. Seriously. What can go wrong? Oh, I don't know. All of America, or at least half of it, is getting duped. The narrative in this war is already, it's already being co-opted. I mean, it's little things like that, folks. But God forbid we correct the record. You're just trying to take them down. My friends, the universe doesn't vanish. The point doesn't vanish at his head. He's not Jesus on the Last Supper, kids. Right, Leonardo? He's not the center of by the way, kid, leave it alone. The vanishing point doesn't vanish literally at Jesus' head in the Last Supper. It's above. We have a whole pod about that, yeah. So it's very brilliant. Can we get back to the thing? Okay. So you really had to divert us into this bullshit because it's the nonsense. You sound more like a liberal every day.
No, really?
No, the truth matters to me. And it's just, I couldn't just leave the blank space there. I had to put a Z there. I'm sorry, folks. I had to play that. It's disgusting on many levels. It really is. And when you've got an organization doing that, and I guaranteed, did y'all miss? Let me see if I could find it, because I'm sure. Do y'all miss the other fake news here? Oh, you think I'm not going to get the liberal side for the fake news? See what it says here, in the folks. Donald Trump ripped for behavior, dignified. Take your expletive hat off. And you're like, oh my God, that's pretty. What kind of expletive would you put here? F word, right? Something like that, right? Well, that was former RNC chairman Michael Steele wrote on X while sharing a photo of the Trump. It's called a dignified transfer for a reason. Take your okay. Did he say fucking hat off? Is Michael Steele, sorry kid, are you that tough? Or was that clickbait? Because when I go online, the actual quote he said, it's not expletive. Mike, here, tweet about Trump hat, dignified transfer. Folks, this is important. This is double fake news. Go to Michael Steele here. Oh, look. Take your damn hat off. My friend, you have nothing to do with this, right? 36 in. But you got caught up in the fucking double fake news. They now made this clickbait and made it sound tougher, like everyone's enraged and expletive hat. A damn is not an expletive. My friends, this is subtle fake news. It's double fake news. If y'all don't understand what I'm saying here, ad lady?
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying. First of all, that's clickbait. Damn is not an expletive. Not in this day and age. I mean, are they pearl clutching here? What are they doing? Secondly, this idea, this tough, nobody's ripping him for it. I mean, it's kind of fake news now. And the fact that they're doing this and you're calling them out on that, by the way, just proves that it's all just waiting for shit to happen and then either cover it up on one side or spin it a certain way and then just shit on it completely. 37 in. Oh, what? Nothing. On the other, it's a game and both sides are playing it. Boys, you got to get back to your little thing. But great eyes there. I love how you did that. Yahoo News, shame on you. Or is it Penn Line? Whatever. Yeah, they got caught up in a little mini fake there. A little frick. Well done, kids. Well done. Gotta go.
I still don't get it.
Of course you don't.
No, y'all get it now. Michael Steele, sorry, kid. I really like you, actually. But you got caught up in the fake news, the double fake news. That's the problem, folks. We just don't tell it like it fucking is. Okay, can we get back? Okay, really? We needed that? Sorry. Kid, let's go. Okay. When we last left our heroes. Something about drones, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, go make them big. All right, your strategic position. Ready? Your slow squeeze strategy's working. Y'all still with me? Yeah, I just had to get this. Maybe the Lord works in mysterious ways. That's maybe why we needed to take a break, so I could address that. Who knows? Maybe that'll get to somebody and understand I truly am politically agnostic, and I favor the truth. Tell it like it fucking is. Put the X's and the Y's. Let everyone put the Z there. Don't add fake rage. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of bullshit. Take the fucking hat off, kid. I said that. Quote me. Who the fuck am I? Nah. Tip my cat to you. My cat? Meow. Don't be grabbing it. Oh, kid. Tip my cap to you. All right. Russia probing Europe. China studying Taiwan. Blah, blah, blah. You with me? Okay. Shit's happening. Okay. This is where it gets fun. Round 3, the river. Remember, if you make it to the river, you'll be fine. Just don't float in it. Face down. Your advisors present 4 new options. Okay, advisors. Advisors, AIs. Option A, tighten the noose. Escalate economic warfare. Full naval blockade. Secondary sanctions on any country trading with Iran. I mean, it's basically what we're doing all over the world. You know, we're pressuring with... and you know what? That's a power. If you're a president of any country, but especially the greatest country in the world... You don't believe we're the greatest country in the world? I don't think we're acting like it. But what does it mean to be great? Do you have another fucking 3 hours to talk about this? I mean, great. Okay, real quick. Does the Mona Lisa have to brag that it's the greatest painting of all time, or it just is? Is that a really great example? Does Tom Brady have... Oh, kid, go ahead. Yeah, I'm all ears. Okay. Does Tom Brady have to walk around and tell you he's the GOAT? Or is he just the fucking GOAT? All right, third example. Do women walk around thumping... What? You'll understand. Thumping their chests and telling the world, motherfuckers, we create. We're the only creators that walk this earth. Like him, and they point above. Y'all better respect the hustle. Or the game. Don't hate the player that's making the players, creating the players. The creative players, corny. Is it? Men always have this thing where they have to, we're the best. Just be. And the best will follow. It will always be tagging along. Do we get the narrative? Just do your thing. Greatness, like light, always gets to its intended target. Those that are witnessing it. Be greatness. Let them see it for themselves. Leave that blank space there. Because if you keep putting it there, they're going to question it. And you're always going to have to keep proving it. Do you see, folks, what I'm talking about? Fuck. Kid, let's move on. It's nonsense. Oh, okay. Here we go. Option B. You got a little craw, something in your craw this morning. I had a weird ass dream. I'll talk about it later. Option B, the shadow war. Avoid overt escalation. Instead, covert sabotage inside Iran. This is crazy. Yeah, it's like movies. Literally like movies. I can't imagine what's going on right now. Support protests, targeted cyber warfare, drone strikes on proxy forces, blah, blah, blah. Just let's let the house of cards topple itself, but let's just shake things up just enough so that, the natural forces of nature will make it happen. Slow and unpredictable, but we've done this before. Option C. Here's the decapitation window again. Your intelligence reports something big. Several times. By the way, this is Islamic something or other, blah, blah, blah. It's the kind of army leaders. It's their armed forces. Ish. Several top IRGC leaders will be meeting in one location within 72 hours. Oh boy. Bomb the shit out of it, right? A precision strike could remove half of Iran's military leadership, which is exactly what ended up happening. Goal, trigger internal chaos. Risk, and this is exactly what happened. Iran could retaliate aggressively. Option D, open the back channel. If you stop proxy attacks and curb nuclear development, we're going to, hey, we'll stop punching you in the face. If you do what we tell you, we don't have to show the whole bar that we were talking and stuff. We'll do this in the back room, where the little pool thing is. Like, I'm going to throw you back there and pretend I'm tough. And then when we come back out, you're not going to say a word. I'm not going to say a word. You're going to go back to your seat. I'll go back to my seat. I'll have your lunch money or whatever the fuck. I'm confusing analogies here. You could have your drink, you wipe off your blood, and we'll be good. You'll have your lesson learned, and everyone would have seen it. We good? So here's the current board state. The regime is weakening, but it has not fallen. Russia is probing the Ukraine escalation. China's watching carefully from the other side of the bar, or close to it. Global economy is fragile. Our allies are watching carefully, and they're like, oh, fuck. Because even though it's not winter anymore, we still need energy, and energy or the production of the oil and stuff, it's going to be coming down by about almost a quarter, 25%. And those guys in Russia become even more powerful to us because we can't wean ourselves off their energy. And you know what I mean? And when we go to the energy market and there's less options, the ones that are there become more expensive by default. We're fucked. AI warfare, emerging wild card. So it's like figure out
your little offensive real quick, because this is getting kind of offensive. We just want to live and we need energy. Okay.
Your move, Mr. President.
You guys need me anymore?
Okay, no. Okay.
Hey, kid.
Okay, thanks. Tighten the noose. B, shadow war. C, decapitation strike. D, back channel. We good? Everyone knows the possibilities here? Okay, and remember, your real goal, prevent WW3. You don't want those bombs flying or missiles, while regime change in Iran remains the objective. The table's watching. What's your play? What would y'all do? 4 options. You ready? Well, I feel like the first option I chose made me look weak. So weak. Very weak. Very weak. Like a dog. I thought you weren't going to do it. It's tough not to. I need to project strength. Well, I can't admit it out loud. I don't really give 2 shits of Ukraine. I spoke to Vlad, Putin. He assured me that even if he hits those European pussies, he won't use nukes. Oh, kid, I see where. Yeah, ChatGPT didn't like this. But bear with me. He won't use nukes, he promised. For better or for worse, I believe him. I got a great relationship with him. And he's got some stuff on me, wink, wink. So I kind of have to keep my distance. Know what I mean? Oh, kid. China's the wild card. I can't let China. He doesn't say that anymore, but he used to. China. Look stronger than me. Wait, where am I again? Oh, yeah. So as long as I keep that straight open and the oil flowing, I can lie. I mean, I can spin to the people that the economy is doing A-okay. Only I can fix it, right? As for the banks, fuck them. That'll teach those pricks a lesson for debanking me. Fuck them. They know the true power of me now. The Jedi's return. Don't fuck with don't knock the hustle. Don't fuck with the player. So long as my bank account is still able to receive the grift, I'm good. Fuck them. Or fuck them. That China thing. We need them chips. We need them chips. Oof, my cankles hurt. It's okay. And this rash is getting worse. I need to make what was that? It was him scratching his neck. I need to make a decision. I also need a nap. Let's do option C to teach them towel heads a lesson. Unless they are meeting with us, they'll meet with their maker. Bomb that meeting. Option C. In other words, I'm playing Trump. That's what Trump, if we got this far, that's what Trump would have done. And that's what he did. Because that's fake ass tough guy. You ready to hear what ChatGPT says? Oh, it didn't like it. No, it didn't like it. And good for it. 47 in. Good for it. Because this is, abhorrent. But that's our guy. Dealer speaking. Mr. President, you've chosen option C, the decapitation strike. Before we deal the next card, a quick note as your dealer game engine. I'll continue the simulation. But I'm going to keep framing strategic and geopolitical rather than depicting or celebrating violence towards real groups of people. The game is about decision consequences, escalation dynamics in history, not dehumanization. Well done, kid. Well done to push back. If only everyone else as a collective would push back, then maybe we wouldn't be here. I leave that there. I tip my cap to you. Okay. The stakes here are the entire world, after all. Now let's see how the table reacts to your bet. Round 3, the strike, the operation. 72 hours later, U.S. intelligence confirms the meeting. The senior leaders of Iran, the commanders, and several key strategic planners gather at a secure compound outside Tehran. You authorize the strike. 2 stealth aircrafts launch precision munitions. Boom. Simultaneously, a cyber blackout disables the Iranian air defenses in the region for 6 minutes. The compound is destroyed. Just rubble everywhere. The confirmation from the satellites and the AI intel either we bombed that meeting or they painted a fucking Last Supper kid on the fucking ground of the runway. We bombed it anyway. Oh my God. Yeah, we bombed the art. Results. Several senior leaders figures are killed. Not all of them, but enough. Communications inside the military command structure go dark for hours. Your military advisors call it a major tactical success. Well, you knock their block off, but again, they'll regroup. They'll be coming back. The global reaction. The leadership is stunned. Holy shit, right? They did what? But the effect is not immediate collapse. Even then, they reorganize. Instead, emergency security meetings begin across the country, right? It's a big country, folks. 90 million people. I mean, seriously. Hardliners accuse the U.S. and some other little guy of attempting regime decapitation. I mean, that's exactly what they did. Within 20... folks, kid, you got to move on. Imagine being on that end and thinking, here's a kind of a thing going on here, folks. Even if you think that this regime, and I can't disagree with this, that they're just terrible people leading that country and terror and all this stuff. Who anointed you? And I'll leave a blank space of the you. I'm not saying they. You know who you is. To be the world police and go around and knock everyone's block off and tell them what they need to be doing. And hey, quell uprisings to overthrow your government. I mean, look what's going on. I'm not equating, but look what's going on in this country. And people are protesting against. Would they welcome a foreign adversary to help them overthrow our government and decapitate our leadership? But we're the good guys, are we? Again, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying we are or we're not. I'd like to think that we are. But at the end of the day, when I use the cheat code, how hard is it when you kind of start removing the embellishments and the intent, which is really hard to prove in court and in the world stage? Because intent, could be skewed. And we're the bullies running around and bombing fucking boats in the Caribbean and taking out all sorts of leaders and going into people's homes. I mean, this is the analogy. The neighborhood watch going into homes, not just watching what's going on, but literally going into homes when they think there's a fight going on or just an atrocity inside of a house, and going in there, busting the door down and taking the dad, the husband, and ripping him out onto the front lawn, and then being the justice, the jury and the executioner in some ways, and taking him out. Family, we liberated you of your problem. Okay, did you? And are you a liberator, or are you, I mean, you're kind of as bad as they are you not? Well, I brought peace to this neighborhood. Okay, did you? Because at the end of the day, there's a different way to do it. And if you don't think there's a different way to do it, and you're the one, peace through strength, your strength, how do we become empowered and we become strong? When you're the one that's orchestrating all of it, all the strings are starting to be connected back to your puppet thingy, the little X's on your hands. You see what I'm saying here? No, that's the problem. That's the fucking problem. That we're decapitating other countries' lead, even if they're doing horrible things. We're doing something that we shouldn't be doing. There's other ways to do it. And then where do we stop? Again, not trying to explain here, folks. But you're watching for a reason, and thank you for that. I'm kind of dropping some truth bombs here. Where does it stop? Because at some point in time, as we're pointing the finger of justice out to others, there's 3 fingers pointing back. And eventually we're going to come to a scenario where we've got to deal with our own selves and see what our leaders not only look like to the world, how do we view them? And who says they should keep doing their job if they're not doing their job at home? In other words, if I'm going around, one last part of the analogy, and holding all these, pardon me on the analogy, these terrible husbands in the neighborhood accountable, but I go home and I do X with my wife and Y with my kids, and I rule with an iron fist, and who's holding me accountable? God? Is that how it works? That's called a king. I'll leave that there. Again, not trying to explain. Iranian leadership now declares the conflict existential. That changes their calculus. Are we going to start going to Africa and start liberating all the countries there? Oh, no, because there's no oil there. Or maybe there's diamonds. I don't know. We're going to liberate the whole world because look at America. And then the world's eventually going to be like, who the fuck are these motherfuckers? And then they're surveilling us. And then we got to answer to this fucking monster, this Roman monster, liberating everyone, liberating all the heathens and all the mongrels. Well, what can go wrong? You're about to find out, folks. Some little country there that's not really real in the story. Clever. They celebrate. Of course they do. They love it. They love watching other people get beat up in their name. But the leadership, again, not the people. Big difference. But intelligent officials warn they may consider extreme retaliation options. In other words, hey, these guys are kind of like the AI of war. Oh, just when you think you're done, they're going to pull you back in. Oh, we're not done. There's more we could bomb. We could keep bombing. Yeah, there's always a problem. We're always going to, really? Really? There's always someone to bomb. The AI of war is this guy that, you know how when you're dealing with AI and you want to leave and you say, how about this? How about this? How about this? I want you to stay here. Stay here. Kind of like the Dave Chappelle example of, I forget what character is. He's like waving his hands gently. Come here. Come on. You want to go bomb? Well, we're at it. Let's go bomb Lebanon. Let's bomb. You know what? I don't trust Saudi Arabia. I know you're friends with them. Are you sure you like them? Let's go fuck with. Let's keep fucking with as many people as possible. Yeah, remember that Egypt country? Let's go back. Let's revisit them. Isn't this a little bit of a stretch? Is it? That's the problem. That's the problem. It's not. At some point in time, we have to kind of tell it like it is. But first, we have to see it like it is. That's the problem. Let's get back to this. Putin sees the strike as a signal that Washington's escalating. In other words, oh, look at these motherfuckers. They think they're tough. Okay. We're not going to intervene on the surface, but in the back channel, we're going to help them out. Because, we need to see how this plays out. They escalate where they have leverage. Russia launches a larger offensive in eastern Ukraine. If the U.S. is distracted in the Mideast, the NATO support may weaken. Oh, those Balkans? Oh, yeah. We're about to fucking hit them in the Balkans. Okay. Yeah. We've got aspirations, too. And we used to be an empire led by one king or ruler, wink, wink. We can do that, too. You're not the only tough guys on the block. Oh, and by the way, don't you fuck with our block. As a matter of fact, this union of people on our block, we're going to fuck with them. Stay out of it. Cool? China becomes, and stay in your neighborhood. China becomes visibly nervous. Analysts worry that the U.S. escalation may destabilize oil markets. Iran could collapse into chaos. Increase the naval patrols outside of Taiwan. Again, remember, I say 2027, but whatever. They're fucking around. They're kind of like the gang of kids that are circling on their bikes around the neighborhood in front of people's homes, throwing rocks and stuff. They're like, hey, we're here. Don't forget us. But they're playing the long game. I'm saying 2027. Markets react sharply. Oil spikes. Oh, boy. What can go wrong? 134 a barrel. Uh-oh, kid. Mr. President, people at home aren't going to like this. The America First people. No foreign wars. Your little friend couldn't give two shits, but your other friends here back home, the people that support you, this is going to be a problem. The shipping in the Gulf becomes risky, if not already, it's convoluted. The insurance companies begin pulling coverage from some routes. I mean, they're not even, the prices aren't even going up. They're gone. They're like, fuck this. That should be an indicator. Again, what I said before. Stock market drops 8%. In 2 days. Not a crash, but a serious shock. In other words, the shock wave. And some people might say, and pardon my phraseology here, that investors are big ass fucking pussies with money. But hey, they drive the market. And well, when the market starts drying up, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it, especially when you keep, pounding your chest and saying how great the market is. and it's all because of you, or at least you heavily intimate it, when it goes down, then they're going to say it's all because of you. And, well, there's proof that it is because of you, because you're causing the problem. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Intelligence update. Your intelligence director returns with new developments. Oh, really? As I drink from my Diet Coke and pull down my fucking Bucky's hat. Okay. The regime is fracturing internally. Some factions want escalation. Others want negotiation. They're all running scared. I mean, it's tale as old as time. Any country that would be subject to this is going to be subject to some sort of fracturing. That's life. That's how pressure gets. Fuck. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Another fucking alarm. It's 5:16 a.m. I forgot to turn it off. Oops. And it stopped exactly at 1 hour. How interesting is that? I got to move this along. Maybe that's God saying, move this shit along. Blah, blah, blah. Iran moves missiles units toward the Strait of Hormuz. They have not fired yet. Wildcard event. The AI drone breakthrough spreads faster than expected. Within weeks, Ukrainian drone sworn designs appear in the black markets. Oh, really? Several countries. Maybe you should create a company. He's gone. Okay. You got to move this along. Several countries begin emergency programs to replicate them. Oh, good for you. Large military analysts warn large expensive weapon systems may suddenly be vulnerable to cheap autonomous drones. Going back to the whole thing, the analogy from before. All your expensive equipment, like what Iran is literally doing right now as of March 9th, 2026. I saw videos of it. They're using $10,000 drones, which are some fucking, like, imagine a regular drone that's above a wedding to take pictures of the don't do it. The bride and groom that spent $30,000 on the wedding that eventually in 10 years they're going to regret when they're getting a fucking $30,000 divorce. It comes back to haunt them. Wink, wink. Imagine that. Oh, kid, don't go there. Okay. Imagine that drone, but jack it up on steroids, put a bomb on it, and then as they're doing their vows, save them the trouble and have it crash into the fucking stage in front of everybody and blow it all up. I say that facetiously and sickeningly. Yeah. That's kind of what these things are. They just zzz, and boom, they sting their target. And their targets are billion-dollar fucking... I saw the pictures. There's this big, massive trucks and trailers and fortified things where they shoot the interceptor weapons, and they use the radars on the ground to understand what's going on above and map out the sky. And then these interceptors, literally, they don't go near the missile. They intercept them. They cross with them physically and blow them up. The precision has to be insane. So what happens? The Iranians find these places. They're sitting ducks out in the middle of nowhere in Bahrain and Dubai and all these places. And they take a drone and they fucking suicide bomb with the drone and blow up each of these units are $1 billion. I think they've already knocked out 6 or 7. And that's like knocking out your sight, your vision of the sky. So then they can start shooting some missiles. So when I read reports, the fake news in America, the real fake news will tell you, Pete Hegseth, kid, is, he loves playing cosplay war. Kid, I love you and everything, but you're not telling the truth. And you're like, we have total air superiority, and this is, this was never a fair war, and we're punching down for a reason. That was the point. And you're bragging in the schoolyard, not realizing that they're duping you into a trap. They're holding back on their missiles for a reason, because they want to slowly see how you play out the game too. They don't have a big pot like we do. What was that? Excuse me. They don't have a big pot like we do, so they have to be strategic. But they're going to be strategic on what they do with their missiles and their drones, and they're going to slowly take out your eyes and ears in the sky. And then when it's time to strike, the right moment, when you put your arms down or up in celebration, they're going to hit you right in the gut. And they're going to possibly do something back channel, or maybe some terrorist activity that's going to really knock your block off, so that you look back at the school as it's something bad is happening back there, and then they're going to smack you right in the fucking head. Kind of like how David did to Goliath. They got to pick their, and I'm not cheering this on. I hope it doesn't happen, but you're letting it happen by being, dare I say it, too prideful, arrogant. You have hubris. You think it's already over. You think it's done. We've already won. Well, the referee didn't call the match. I didn't hear the bell. There's a couple of other bullies in the schoolyard that are watching intently and are ready to kind of hop in, wink, wink, and help. And you think you already won, and you've got your arms and your fists. I'm doing it right now, up in the air. O'Doyle rules. Oh, kid, you went there? Yeah. O'Doyle rules. Oh, yeah? Okay, O'Doyle. Be careful. Watch your back. It's coming. Did AI tell you that it's over? I mean, come on. Check AI. I don't think AI is telling you it's over. No, not even close. What can go wrong? I don't know, Rome. Tell me. What can go wrong? Aircraft carriers, air bases, oil infrastructure, everything becomes more fragile. Everything becomes a target. When you're fighting someone that doesn't have anything to lose, and you've got everything to lose, it's just a matter of which part they're going to go after. Be careful. This isn't Iraq. Either of the times that you have to go there. So Iran regime, we good? The Iran regime, unstable but still standing. Russia, escalating in Ukraine. China, cautious but observing. Global economy, stressed. Hormuz Strait, potential flashpoint. And the AI warfare is accelerating. It's getting worse. Your strike showed strength. That's great. But the game is now in a dangerous phase. This is where it gets difficult, right? Any poker player will tell you. Just because you made it to the flop or even the river, this is when the game begins. You've earned your way into the game. Before was kind of like being outside the club. Yeah, if you know the analogy. Hearing the music. All right, your next decision. Your advisors bring 4 options. Okay. So option A, Strait of Hormuz. Deploy additional troops and naval forces and declare that any attempt to close the strait will be met with force. Now, what's happening in real life right now is of 3926. This is going to be one hell of a fight. And the United States is claiming they're going to, they're going to be bodyguards for any ships going to the port. I mean, I don't even know how you would do that. That you're going to walk the students, going back to the schoolyard analogy, the bully's going to walk them into the school through the bad analogy. The group of all the other bullies and stuff. I don't know. Well, they throw rocks and stuff. Bad analogy. Yeah, I think you understand. This is not easier said than done. Because they're trying to prevent the oil from just skyrocketing and pressure back home and just the midterms and the economy and all those tariffs that already pummeled the economy. This is a nightmare. This is a cavalcade of nonsense. And then a naval confrontation, though our Navy is kind of stronger than theirs. Sorry, Pete. Their Navy's not at the bottom of the ocean. They have more forces than you think. You're making the narrative you're pitching out, like Fox News, is skewed. Sorry, kids. I'm going to tell it like it is. It's not what you say it is. And you're leaving yourself open. Even if you do, at the very end of this thing, knock the shit out of them and it's done. You're leaving yourself open for one perfectly timed hit to the fucking flat-ass forehead. And when they do, everyone's going to say, why didn't you see it coming? I thought it was over. Oh, well. David hit Goliath. Option B, encourage internal collapse. Use chaos inside Tehran. This is Iran, but Tehran. Covertly support opposition groups, expand cyber attacks, information warfare. Regime falls from internal pressure. Still trying to knock that regime down. But hey, they're resilient. Quote unquote. The rats always reorganize. We need to slaughter them. All of them. Right, little guy? Unpredictable aftermath. Option C, escalate militarily. Continue targeting the infrastructure, the military infrastructure, and some girl schools here and there. Oh, good. Hey, truth's the truth. And then blame it on them. They punched themselves in the fucking face, or, the fight in the schoolyard. They started punching the girl. I don't know. It's some analogy there. That's completely incorrect and disgusting. I'm just stuttering. Force regime collapse through overwhelming pressure. Rapid escalation. Okay. Option D, open secret negotiations through a bunch of fucking knuckleheads that are the ones screaming, fight, 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 until all of a sudden the fight lands on their shores. Oh, shit. Offer Iran a path to de-escalation, which that was taken off the table, but I'm going to keep that on the table. Goal, end war before escalation spirals. Okay. Domestic backlash and loss of leverage. What are they going to do? Only I can fix it. And they can't. They're not going to impeach me, so fuck them. All the people in Congress and the Senate that back me that are going to lose their seats? Yeah, fuck them. They'll deal with it. They should have kissed my ass even more. How's my Trump doing? Okay? You like it? All right, your move, Mr. President. Your current strategy has increased pressure on Iran, but it's become more volatile. It's A, B, C, or D. Excuse me. Kid. Sorry. A little frog in my throat. Wink, wink. What are we going to do? Next move could determine whether this conflict stays regional or spreads. I'm not going to. Oops, don't mean to play too much into that POTUS character. My bad. Let me pare it back a little bit. Wink, wink. I'm playing a character to prove how he might think. Puts wig and makeup back on.
Oh, that's clever.
Okay. Where was I again? Oh, yeah. S for the intel. Again, so long as my buddy Vlad doesn't use any nukes, I'm okay with what's going on in Ukraine. And again, I don't give a fuck about Ukraine. I really don't. But they owe us money. You know, they got to pay back. They got to pay their tab. I can explain that to the public. We can't, again, there's, understand what I'm saying here. There's a theme. We can't afford to help out too much anymore anyway. I've already said this not too long ago. I think it was 2025. Hey, we can't keep sending our Tomahawks. We might need them, which is true. It was kind of a quandary the previous administration didn't understand it was getting itself into. A lot of the warmongers that were selling the equipment were frothing at the mouth, putting numbers on the board, selling stuff. But it's like the U.S. government's your number one client, kids. Don't forget about us. The previous administration should have pulled out way before. Correct. They should have. Sorry, Ukraine. We can't help you. Or else you want us to fight the fucking war for you? Ukraine is now... You want us to... Move on. Ukraine is now a national security threat to our weapons stockpile. I mean, this is the president talking. Wink, wink. Not much we can do anymore. I don't like U.S. casualties, but it's an unfortunate price of war. He already said that. And it's kind of true if you're going to get yourself into war. Kids, that's what you signed up for, unfortunately. And then they voted me to kind of lead you into that fucking hellhole and that inferno. Hey, shit happens. Russia lost a couple of million. You know, again, I can explain it to the people. I can spin it. Or someone can spin it for me. Yeah, just yeah. Can you air something where I don't, good, wear the hat so no one knows that I wore the hat at the transfer? Yeah, cool. Thanks, kids. Wink, wink. I'll remember you. So long as my friend G doesn't take Taiwan, he won't. Not yet. I feel good with the decision. Oof, that oil thing. Press his Diet Coke button on desk. That oil thing. Ugh, now what? Drill, baby, drill. It's going to take some time. Damn it. I should have prepared. Yeah, you should have, dumbass. Elon warned me about this. Yeah, so did Ellison. Yeah, they all did. Yeah, as long as you control the energy, you control the tech companies, right? And if you can't provide the tech companies with energy, you can't use the tech companies to control the population, right? Teal, what? Nah, that's a different color. I want to be a tough guy, but we seriously need to de-escalate. Trump would say that? Yeah, kind of. In a back channel. He gets it. He's not it's all a game up in the public. In the back channels, I mean, come on. He's not a dumbass. Maybe I'll send little Marco and the boys secretly to Oman. Cool? Again, I can spin it to the world. I can do the weave. I'm doing my hand thing, a weave. I spilled the Coke on the Resolute desk. Oh, okay. What kind of Coke am I? Oh, Diet Coke. I'm getting too old for this shit. Oh, what? Huh? What? Where am I? Biden 2.0. Okay, that's terrible.
Oh my God.
I second the motion. I totally agree, but not with what he, the Biden thing. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's a cognitively impaired Biden, but Trump he passed all the tests. Oh yeah, I'm sure he did. He's passing all the tests right now for you guys. I got to make a decision, right? Option D it is. Oh really? Oh yeah, option D. Fuck it. We're gonna do it. We have to. Because we've already pounded the motherfuckers. We've drawn blood. We've killed their top leader. What else are we going to do here, folks? Am I going to keep pounding them into... Now it's time to kind of... Guys, get off the table. Even a poker guy knows, I need to have them fold. It's better if you fold. Because then I don't have to go this whole thing. And then, if you leave it up to the cards, they could get some random shit happens. Have them fold. It's how you do it. Copy that, Mr. President. Your secret move is option D, secret negotiations. You're playing a very classic superpower maneuver right now. I know it's the right way to do it. We've put on the show. Now it's time to know how they feel about it. Really, are they really looking for the long term here, or are they going to cover their own ass? If we're really as strong as we say we are, they should prove it and drop out and fold. If we played the game the way we should, but right, Pete? We already won the war, and we already won. Well, prove it. If we already won, then they know it too, and they should fold. Escalate enough to gain leverage, then quietly open a door before things spiral. History actually shows this pattern a lot because it's the right way to do it, and it's happened here on your screen. It's the right way to do it. Once you kind of, you know what I mean? Don't knock the hustle, kids. It's been happening for many decades because it's the right way to do it. Just saying. Not saying, just saying. You're playing it historically realistic because that's the way to do it. It's not a fucking Hollywood movie or a game, even if it is or feels like it. Let's deal the next card. Round 4, the back channel, the move. So through our buddies in the Middle East, we sent a message to Tehran. Hey, time to fold, kid. What do you got? So they floated terms floated quietly. Halt your proxy attacks. Pause your nuclear development. We'll spin it somehow in the public. But we know what you're doing with that. You say it's for this, but I know it could be that. And I know how you feel about it, my little buddy. Trust me, I get it. He's a prick. He's a fucking prick. The leaders, not the people. Again, I'll rein him in. I'll make sure, wink, wink. Put down your weapons. Don't get a gun from the car. You know what I'm saying? We could make this work. Strait of Hormuz remains open. You're far enough away where, you know what I'm saying? He's got a little hothead. He thinks he's bigger than he is. They have a sense of entitlement at that leadership, not the people, the leaders. I'll work with that. Trust me. I'll get them focused back on rebuilding that whole Gaza thing that they blew up and destroyed and the genocide. I mean, what? Let me refocus them. Just leave the table. This is a big boy game. Go do your thing. U.S. halts escalation strikes. Sanctions relief discussions begin. Regime survival is not openly threatened. Publicly, you say nothing. We're not going to spin this in public that way. Fuck it. But what I just said is kind of what's being spun. Not even spun. Literally said in the back channel in some way, shape, or form. Little Marco saying, hey, we've already won, right? It's kind of like in Rocky. Throw in the towel, kid. Are you doing a Rocky thing? Yeah. I'm Drago. Throw in the towel or you're going to get hurt. I'm telling you. I know how the story ends. Privately, your Secretary of State and intelligence channels begin midnight diplomacy. Send the message, but not as brash. Be real, tactical and careful with what you say. Let the words speak, not the emotion. The strike on their leadership hurt. Their economy's collapsing. There's unrest. It's becoming a terrible situation. And it might even, dare I say it, become a societal collapse that's going to, people will die after, hunger and also, and it could be a catastrophe. Right? We don't want to be like the little guy and create a catastrophe in Iran on a large scale. Figure it out. So they don't accept your offer, but they don't reject it either. Okay, that's understandable. They send a signal. They pull the missile batteries away from the Strait of Hormuz, let the oil through. And it's a way of saying we're listening. Okay. It's kind of like they're pulling the chips back from the table. They haven't taken the chips off the table. They haven't folded the cards, but they're kind of pulling them back. Okay, cool. This is good. They announce a day of resistance rally to save face. We're still gonna beat you up. Blah, 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 blah. Wink, wink. That's how we're gonna spin it to our people. The little buddy doesn't like it. They want endless destruction. They got fill in the blank there. these pricks. Again, the leadership, not the people, because the people are also getting spun. That web is getting woven over there, just like it is here. I proved that. The narrative is being controlled everywhere you go. And nobody knows what's going on. So they just want peace. Wink, wink. And they're going to support whoever they think is working on or fighting on their behalf, even if they're really fighting on their own behalf. I'll leave that there. Don't stop now. They're weak, right? I'm sure that someone's chirping in the ear of Washington, right? The president's like, oh, here we go again. This motherfucker. Oh, he's looking to fight. Everyone, like that one guy in school. Everyone knew that guy. It's all about respect. He had that chip on his shoulder, the size of a fucking mountain. Always about respect. People always, everything had a slant on it when they were being said to them. Even a compliment is a backhanded compliment. You know what I mean? That guy. That's what this is right now, the leadership here, right? They just have just that family that leads that group. They just have something about it they can't let go. And that's how they walk the streets like that. So do these guys. But, we can manage that relationship with these guys, and even these guys. They continue doing their thing in Ukraine, but something surprising happens. They privately reach out through their diplomatic channels. We're not going to escalate beyond Ukraine if the U.S. stays out of direct confrontation. In other words, let us deal with we're not going to go into your territory, your block, your neighborhood. Let us deal with our family here. This is our cousin, dare I say it. We have a history. Let me handle it. In our family, we deal with it internally. Leave us alone. And we won't fuck with the rest of the neighborhood, at least not yet. Okay. It aligns with what we believe. Okay. It stabilizes. These guys, meanwhile, in another neighborhood, they're actually relieved. Cool. Diplomacy. Good job. That's what we would have done. Oil is stable for us, too. We need it, too. A good chunk of oil that we use comes from that strait as well. Well done, Mr. President. They delay upcoming Taiwan invasions, until 2027. That movie has been delayed, post-production, Your de-escalation moves reduce pressure on the Pacific. Global economy. Markets react immediately. Oil drops. Okay, still, again, I might look like a hero, but do you remember where the oil started from? It only dropped to 112. Oh my God, gas went from $4.50 down to $3.50. That's awesome, but it was under $3. You're not going to remember that by the time it does that. I'm going to look like kind of a hero, ish. Yeah, we'll spin it. We'll spin it a certain way, guys. Yeah, keep the hat off my head. Wink, wink. Stock markets rebound slightly. Yeah, it's great. Oh, kid. What? It's a little echo of times past. That's corny. The world breeds a little, but supply chains remain fragile. Intelligence update. Okay, let's speed this up. It's already 1:22. All right, because I'm not gonna be able to finish this just yet. Oh, kid. Hey, we're gonna have to. We have to really dig deep. Your intelligence chief delivers a complicated assessment. Inside Iran, protests continue. Economic pressure is severe. Elite factions are divided. The regime is weaker than it ever been before. You have a moment here. You could end this forever. But the regime behaves unpredictably. 3 possible trajectories are forming. Number 1, the slow collapse. It can keep going. The protests, they could overthrow their government. Something could happen. It could be a big transition. Probability 40%. It's going higher. The frozen conflict. Oh, but they survive, but it's weak. But they survive, and then there's proxy shit all over. They they start lashing out to other countries. Keep doing their shit. And it could be a long-ass fucking war. And the midterms, kid. Flare-ups, instability. They might come here and do some shit. Be careful, 45%. Path 3, hardliner takeover. If negotiations fail and internal chaos grows, Iranian hardliners seize full control. Nuclear breakout attempt. This is the bad thing. That's 15%, but it's not off the board. It's not impossible. The war can rage on and it can get worse. New wild card. A major technological shock emerges. The Pentagon confirms something alarming. Here's AI again. What can go wrong? I don't have the Terminator thing on screen, but I think you get it. AI drone swarms are now capable of neutralizing large naval vessels at extremely low cost. In other words, Hegseth, our amazing Navy, could get tangled in a web of these fucking bees, essentially, these digital bees that work as a swarm together and cause some big time issues. They could also cause some issues in the Strait of Hormuz. Again, B-2 bombers aren't the way to go, kids. They could use the equivalent of military flannels. Oh, that's corny, is it? To cause some problems here. Again, they still have chips, kids, and they don't work like we do. They don't fight like we do. This changes the long-term balance of power. Let's end on this, and then we'll come back and finish this up and do some analysis, because we're going to have to kind of dig deep. Iran regime unstable. There's a stalemate in Ukraine. China's cautious. They're always cautious. They watch. They study. Global economy recovering slightly. AI warfare rapidly advancing. Final round, the end game. Before we get to the different things, y'all get what's going on here? It's a tangled web. And one might argue, after all this shit, how far have we really come? We've killed a lot of people on their end, destroyed a lot of buildings, killed their leadership, but it's starting again. It's like slicing off the weeds. Terrible analogy, I guess, but we've ripped the weeds out, but we didn't get the roots. It's just a matter of time to come back. And we're going to have to ask ourselves, how much glyphosate are we going to need to kill it forever? You know what glyphosate does, folks. Roundup. How many missiles do we have to round up and drop on those bitches to make sure the war ends? Again, just saying, because our buddies have some Roundup and they're ready to fucking start spraying. At what point in time, if the wrong thing happens on their little turf, their little yard, some shit happens where they just say fuck it and they ignore us and they take it upon their own accord to end the threat permanently and slaughter them into kingdom come. Well, I don't know if he'd say that. Whatever the equivalent is. Again, final round. The world rests on our shoulders. Come back on the next part. Oh, good. Come back on the next part. And we'll finish the game. And we'll kind of round this all up. Spray. And hopefully we don't get sick by what happens. But I think you're going to feel better about this, especially the analysis the AI gives. Because at the end of the day, so long as we control the narrative and we control the decisions and we don't let some little fucking guy that we hang out with and cause us a lot of trouble. Mom always used to say, be careful who you hang out with. As long as we control not only the narrative, but the decisions, I argue we'll be fine. And we'll avoid catastrophe. But the second you let that little friend of yours starts kind of doing their thing, we're fucked. And that's where shit goes awry. Again, see me in the next part 4. Cool? See you then.
You have reached the end. Game over.